When you're drafting your fantasy team, do you ever wish you could handpick the best stars for your business team? If you're building your talent roster, you need Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates with the right skills when you can do it all with Indeed. Find top talent fast with Indeed's suite of powerful hiring tools like matching, assessments, and virtual interviews. Hate waiting? Indeed's U.S. data shows that over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates whose resume on Indeed matches their job description the moment they sponsor a job. And something that I love about Indeed is that it makes hiring all in one place so easy because candidates you invite to apply through Instant Match are 3 times more likely to apply to your job than candidates who only see it in a search, according to U.S. Indeed data. So join over 3 million businesses worldwide using Indeed to hire great talent fast. Indeed knows that when you're growing your own business, you need to make every dollar count. That's why with Indeed, you only pay for quality applications that match your must-have job requirements. Visit Indeed.com/Blue Wire to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
White Sox fans, this is your Sox Machine White Sox wake-up call for Thursday, April 13th, 2023. Happy National Scrabble Day. I'm Bennett Carroll. That's 19 points. In the final of a 3-game series, the Chicago White Sox lost 3-1 to the division rival Twins in Minneapolis. Sonny Gray got the start for the Twins and got into a little trouble early on. With 1 out, Luis Robert doubled to left, already his 4th of the season. Andrew Vaughn followed that up with a walk, putting 2 on and 1 out. But this is the White Sox, so Gavin Sheets popped out and Yasmani Grandal flew out. This would not be the low point today for Sheets. Lucas Giolito got the start for the Sox and was cooking early. Along with a single to Jose Miranda, Giolito struck out 5 batters across the first 2 innings, including striking out the side in the second. And that's truly striking out the side. 3 up, 3 down, all 3 struck out. Top 3, and the Sox are threatening again. With 1 out, Andrew Benintendi singled, and with 2 outs, Andrew Vaughn singled, putting runners on the corners with 2 outs for Gavin Sheets, who would fly out to end the inning. We're getting there, I promise. Bottom of the third, and Giolito got into his first jam of the game. He gave up 2 singles with 1 out, putting Michael A. Taylor and Donovan Solano on base. After a second out, Jose Miranda worked an 0-2 count full and into a walk to load the bases for Nick Gordon. Gordon flew out to right center to end the inning. But now it's time to talk about it. We get to the bottom of the 4th, and Ryan Jeffers leads off. Jeffers hits the ball to right field. Gavin Sheets is in right, a start to a sentence that has literally never gone well, and took a step in rather than out on contact. But the ball is still playable if he's able to simply turn back and... he's tripped over his own feet and is down. The ball came down and bounced to the wall. And the best thing I can say about Sheets' defense is that he got up quickly after tripping over his own 2 feet and got the ball in to keep Jeffers at third. But after 1 more out, we had a scary moment. The ball slipped as Giolito threw it and hit Kyle Farmer directly in the face. He was taken out of the game, but very shortly after, he was back in the dugout and appeared to be all right. Giolito was shaken after the play, visibly grabbing his head and staring down at the ground. After issuing a walk to Edward Julian to load the bases, Michael A. Taylor grounded to first, driving in Jeffers on the sacrifice and putting the Twins up 1-0 before Giolito settled down and got Donovan Solano to fly out. We go to the 6th, just to note that Sonny Gray gets taken out. Gray's final line, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Lucas Giolito came out after 6 innings with a strong performance of his own. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, somehow earned 2 walks and 7 strikeouts. Giolito also got 13 swings and misses. A very scary play in the 7th inning with Byron Buxton on first. A grounder was hit right towards a charging Lenyn Sosa. Unfortunately, Sosa was charging directly into Buxton's path, and when Sosa went low to pick up the grounder, Buxton toppled over the top of him, landing on his head and neck before getting up and walking off the field under his own power. It is important to note he was also called out because that is, weirdly enough, runner's interference. We go to the bottom of the 8th and Aaron Bummer is in. Ryan Jeffers leads off with a single before Bummer gets Trevor Larnach to strike out. But then Willie Castro came up and doubled to right to drive in Jeffers. Don't worry, by this point Sheets had moved to first, so it wasn't his fault that it was a double, and Sheets moving to first seems like the best thing to happen going forward. After a flyout, Bummer came out and was replaced by Gregory Santos. Michael A. Taylor stepped in and singled to drive in Castro to make it 3-0 before the inning wrapped. Top of the 9th and Joan Duran is in, something that seemingly never goes well for the Sox. But maybe there was some success. Yasmani Grandal led off with a single to center. Okay, here we go. We have a little rally on our hands maybe? Well, this is the White Sox, so Hanser Alberto immediately grounded into a double play. That wouldn't feel like that big of a deal until Lenyn Sosa stepped in and immediately went deep to right to make it a 3-1 game. Man, imagine if Alberto had just gotten on base, or even had just gotten himself out and not a double play. We could have had a real game here. Instead, Sebi Zavala grounded out, and that will do it. 3-1 Twins, and that's the game. The Sox now sit at 5-8. Third in the AL Central, while the Twins are 8-4 and lead the division early. Some notes from the box score. No one on the White Sox had multiple base hits, but Andrew Vaughn did get on base 3 times with a single and 2 walks. Today, the White Sox, and by extension the White Sox fan base, get a day off. The Sox will head home to start a weekend series with the Orioles on Friday at 6:10 p.m. Central Time. In the minors, the Charlotte Knights followed the Sox lead by losing 3-1, although they lost to the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Yolbert Sanchez drove in the lone run. A.J. Alexy was the starter and struggled, giving up 2 runs, both of which were earned across 3 innings. And in other random AAA news, the Sox have signed Daniel Ponce de Leon and assigned him to the Charlotte Knights. The Barons took a late lead, blew it even later, and walked it off after that, beating the Rocket City Trash Pandas 3-2. Tyler Osick doubled in the first run of the game for the Barons, and Moises Castillo homered to put the team up 2-1 in the 7th. Top of the 9th, though, and Gil Luna allowed a sacrifice fly to tie the game. But no fear, as Adam Hackenberg, the superior Hackenberg, drew a bases-loaded walk-off walk in the 10th to win 3-2. The Dash scored 6 in the bottom of the 6th to beat the Brooklyn Cyclones 12-7. Terrell Tatum, Ben Norman, and Lloydell Chapman all went deep. Norge Vera opened but struggled, striking out 1 but walking 4 and allowing a run in 2/3 of an inning. Addison Coffey does get a little shout out though, as he struck out 3 in 1 1/3 innings. The Cannonballers did not have it going on, losing 12-2 to the Delmarva Shorebirds. Wilbur Sanchez drove in both runs on a double, which did technically put the Ballers up 2-0. They then proceeded to give up 12 straight runs. Shane Murphy gets an asterisk shout out, technically allowing 0 earned runs. Now he also allowed 3 unearned runs, but also struck out 5. That will do it for this White Sox wake-up call. Subscribe to the Sox Machine podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/SoxMachine. If you enjoy our work and want to support, you can visit patreon.com/socksmachine, as we have several different tiers of support, starting at just $2 a month for exclusive content, ad-free podcast and website, and first crack at our new swag. Enjoy your Thursday off, and go White Sox!